This year, because we were unable to be in person for fall, we actually provided orientation online, and it was the most interesting experience because we had students sending text messages and emails saying, "I'm tired," because it was 12 hours different from where we were at the time. And, we did our best to provide the services available to them without them having to be in person, but it just shows like how engaged our students are, that they actually wanted to be there, even though it was a 12 or a 13-hour time difference. Like, they were tired, but it was important for them to try to engage with us and to engage with the rest of the students. And we had, at a maximum point, 100 students on the call, and so it was there were really nice sessions, and there was a lot of excitement, even though we had to be virtual.
I can talk about some of the changes we made to adapt over the past several months to the new reality. But we basically had to transition, like most people, to working from home and not being present there for the students, but still wanting to provide all of the support that we can. And so we have a lot of virtual activities that others will discuss. And then we also, because so many of our students have important documents that will get mailed and that they need to pick up, we do still have an in-office presence 2 days a week so that students and scholars can come in and pick up those important documents. And I'll share kind of a success story that we had this past year because of COVID-related layoffs at the university. We had a couple of international researchers who were on a J Scholar visa who found that their positions were going to end. And so we worked closely with the departments, their host departments, and with those scholars to help them identify new ways that they could focus their research so that they could remain in the U.S. while continuing to work towards their program goals on their J visa. So we were really happy that we were able to help them because they also, in addition to just wanting to continue their research, they didn't necessarily have the ability to go home with borders being closed and flights limited.
So another example of us trying to adapt to try to maintain the same kind of level of service that we would provide in person as we moved to the remote services was under normal circumstances, we provide a tax workshop in cooperation with the tax compliance office and the HR office to teach students how to complete their tax returns so they can get them submitted before the deadline in April. And right in the process of providing those in-person workshops, the university shut down and we had to move into the remote services. So with Robert Payne and the tax compliance office and HR, we decided that we could create an online format of this workshop to still provide instruction for students who didn't know how to complete the tax returns. We were able to record this session as well. We have a website now up with FAQs that will help students go through the process as well. And this is also exciting because for the first time we can use this recording even in future semesters when hopefully things are back to normal. They can still refer back to that website. So I think that was very helpful for students.
We always offered walk-in advising for students. It was a time for them to come in our office, and we'd always have a designated advisor there ready to answer questions without an appointment. It was just kind of first come, first serve. But we have now implemented drop-in advising. So basically a student can log on and there's basically log on to a video chat and an advisor will be there waiting for them and they can ask any question they want about their immigration status. And we are still there to provide that type of service. Also, we used to offer OPT workshops. So students that were interested in optional practical training to gain experience in their field of study after graduation. So we actually created an online OPT workshop where students can log on and we offer the same PowerPoint. And then at the end, we offer question and answers and things like that. So I think it was a pretty seamless transition where we were still able to provide the same type of service we were pre-pandemic.
So something new that we started over the summer after COVID hit was a virtual Hangout space for our students where all the staff in Isfs was able to be in one virtual space with any student who wanted to join. It was kind of like a no pressure, like no stress area, but it really gave students that sense of like the Bobcat community from their remote, like virtual locations. And students were joining from all across the world, which was really fantastic. So we had a lot of returning students who were joining those sessions, but we also had the new students who were starting their degrees in fall. So they got to, that way connect with some other students who were already here in Athens, and it really built on that sense of community.